Hi, it's Dr. Elisha Van Dusen with New Hope Chiropractic. The shoulder is a really interesting joint because it has such a broad, unrestricted range of motion, and because of its versatility, this mobile joint can become compromised by extreme ranges of motion. So it's very fragile. There are a few movements or arm positions that are potentially dangerous if you have a pre-existing shoulder problem. In fact, there are three particular positions or movements to avoid if you've had a previous shoulder condition. One is working for long periods of time with your arms overhead. Number two is reaching behind your body to lift an object. And number three is sleeping with your arms overhead. So let's take a look at each of these potentially injurious shoulder motions. If you're working with your arms overhead, it'd be nearly impossible to go through life without doing certain daily tasks without doing this. But with that in mind, working with your arms overhead for short periods is generally a good thing. It's okay, it's acceptable. However, if you have to work with your arms overhead for long periods of time, this can cause stress in the nerves and blood vessels in the shoulder region. So as a shoulder condition develops and gets worse, you might have experience with symptoms of numbness and tingling in your hands. Also, if you're reaching behind your body to lift an object, that can put stress on the shoulder too. If you've ever reached behind your car seat, for example, to pick up something while you were sitting in the front seat, this type of motion compromises the shoulder joint and can lead to injury. If you've ever injured your shoulder, this motion can be exceptionally stressful and should be avoided. In the case of needing to get something from the back seat of your car, that's the best practice to get out of the front seat and go to the rear from outside your vehicle, and that avoids strenuous movements on the shoulder. When you sleep with your arms overhead, that can cause problems too. Sleeping in this position, it's not uncommon to develop tingling or numbness sensations in your hands, and this is a similar principle to working with your arms over your head. However, while sleeping with your arms overhead, your shoulders remain in that compromising position for a longer period of time because you're not fighting gravity. So the healthiest position for your shoulders is to remain in as neutral and relaxed position as possible, with your arms by your sides, your head and neck back, so everything lines up, your ears with your shoulders, with your hips and your knees and your ankles, and removing that strain with these awkward positions and being in a neutral posture. That'll ensure that your shoulders stay functioning as long as possible without problems or pain, and also that you don't get numbness and tingling in your hands. That can also be achieved with regular chiropractic adjustments. So if you're not getting regular chiropractic care, that can also lead to degeneration of your shoulders and make it more difficult to be in the ideal posture, the best posture to preserve your shoulder health. So if it's been a while since you've been adjusted, or you have shoulder injuries, chronic shoulder injuries, or you do a lot of overhead work, or you find yourself doing those three in those three positions that I just mentioned, then regular chiropractic care is especially important for you. So check us out at newhopechiropractic.com, and you can book an appointment right through our website or call 714-556-6966, and we'll get you the care that you need and see if we can help you. With that, have a very healthy day.